Welcome to another Wrestling Mark video. I am Giovanni.
Good to know.
Good to know. And I'm sitting here with Alvin, the sarcastic asshole.
Uh,
And today, today we're gonna be talking about this upcoming Sunday on at Payback. I believe June 1st. Will Daniel Bryan surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, or will he allow his wife Brie Bella to be fired?
I don't I don't know.
Well, alright, so here's the backstory on this. We'll just go into the backstory. So, Daniel Bryan was in a feud with the Demon, Kane. We all know Kane, the Demon, oh so scary. Can't even go through a flaming table. But Demon Kane supposedly injured his neck because of the 3 tombstones he delivered some weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Due to that, Daniel Bryan was forced, I guess, for lack of a better word, forced to go into neck surgery, which they supposedly didn't know if it was gonna be a long recovery or a short recovery. So he went through the neck surgery successfully, and in the meantime, I apologize. Stephanie McMahon is saying that she really wants to strip the championship from Daniel Bryan, but she thinks it's important that Daniel Bryan surrenders it on his own. Just this past Monday night on Raw, Daniel Bryan came out and said he would not surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship because he knows that Stephanie only wants the championship because of the fact that Daniel beat Triple H at Mania. So Stephanie brings up the fact that Brie Bella pushed Stephanie McMahon a few weeks ago on Raw. And she says you just don't cross the boss. You don't put your hands on Stephanie McMahon. She owns this place, right? So she says that Daniel Bryan has until Payback to surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, or else Brie Bella will lose her career, her job.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on that, Alvin?
Um, it's really not, you can't really tell what's gonna happen, but like, I feel like I feel like they could actually do like so much with this. So I feel like they have a lot to offer with this, and for us as fans, I don't think. I know we can come up with a lot of stuff, but I feel like WWE could do something that would be good for like the next pay-per-view, because Payback is basically like the ending factor for like all the feuds that were already happening before. Like we have Bray Wyatt and Cena ending, and then we have the Shield and Evolution, and then I think I forgot. Those were the top 2 feuds that are mostly have been going on for a while now. So I think this is the last thing, or the last pay-per-view, to actually start something new. And if they do something with this, and personally what I said on the Raw review, I actually had an idea of having, you know, having Daniel Bryan making an offer to Stephanie McMahon, and if Stephanie McMahon beats Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan surrenders, and she keeps her job. I don't know. I don't really know anything about. I haven't really thought of that much, but they could do so many things with this. But honestly, if I think they should strip Bryan of the championship, I think I think they should, honestly. Like, as much as I love Daniel Bryan, I just don't think it would work out because he's gonna be gone for like 2 to 3 months, and he's not gonna come back as fast as like John Cena or yeah. So he's not gonna do that. Uh, I feel like he's just gonna rest until he's all the way better because he's not roided Cena. He's a small guy, and I think that was his like first surgery, right?
Yeah, that was his first surgery in his whole
Like whole
career.
career. So I think he's gonna rest and do what the doctor says. But at the same time, I feel like he could come out back, but I mean, he could come back earlier, but not like as early as Cena, but just early.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
This decision is like really confusing because there's a really thin line between storyline and real life, you know. Obviously, he legitimately had a neck surgery. Obviously, it was not because of Kane's 3 tombstones. But how do we know of how severe this injury is? Are they really telling us the truth, or are they telling us storyline wise how it is? Because on Monday Night Raw, he said, it's more severe than the doctors think. But when he had gotten his surgery, I read somewhere that the injury he got was something that doesn't take months to recover from. It takes like weeks from the surgery. So, I don't know if I should trust that or trust what Daniel Bryan says on television. Because he wears the neck brace thing, yeah, yada yada, whatever. But when he was doing his promo on Monday, he was whipping his neck around like crazy. So is he legitimately still hurt, or can he just still whip his neck around like nothing? Is my question. So I don't know how legitimately hurt he is. I think if he were to be legitimately hurt, like drastically, when he announced that, he had to go into surgery, he would have gave up the title. Because let's look back at people who've been injured while champion and had to give it up right away before they even went through surgery. People like Batista. People like
Edge.
Shawn Michaels. Edge had to retire because of his injury. So, I mean, those are 3 main guys who's held the main championships who gave them up because of a injury. 2 of them being, I believe, a neck injury. So I think if this was a real life injury that would take a long time to recover, they would have made him give up the championship 4 weeks back when he announced that he'd have to go through surgery. But then again, obviously he's on TV after the surgery, so was it really that crazy? Or my other thing is, my other guess is they just don't know who to give the championship to. I feel like maybe that's why they still have the championship on this guy, because they don't know who to give it to. I mean, when Batista gave up his World Heavyweight Championship, they did something real quick, did a Battle Royal, had Kurt Angle win, which was a good thing. Kurt Angle deserved it. But right now, is there really anyone deserving of the championship? Who isn't in a storyline right now? I wouldn't think so. Especially because
Barack. Ugh, that's nonsense.
God, please don't. Especially since it's the one major title, I don't think there's anyone deserving who's not already in a storyline. I think either his injury is not legitimately serious, or there's just no one to give the championship to. Those are my 2 beliefs right now, as far as Daniel Bryan. And
Okay.
honestly, I don't really care what they do at Payback. What they do is like, okay, cool, but is Daniel Bryan still the champion, or, what's going on? Is he really hurt? I'd like to get a real notice on if if he could return soon or not to wrestling. Because if this is a real storyline and they're putting this guy on TV as champion, I think that's ridiculous.
All right. I want to ask you something. Okay, since you're saying they can't decide, who to give the championship to, if you had to choose, who would you give it to? Like the one who would make like the one who would at least fit in and actually make sense, or I don't know.
Do they have to have a storyline on their back or just
Well,
anyone?
you see, like I said, like this is the last pay-per-view where all the like feuds end. So like it doesn't matter if they're in the storyline now because I think all of them are just gonna end tonight. Not tonight. I mean on Sunday night. So I think they could actually have an open opportunity to give it to someone. Um, I would not say Triple H.
I couldn't see Triple H holding it just because
Yeah, I
I don't think at this point of his career he's that needy of the championship. At this point of his career, he doesn't need the championship. Storyline and out of storyline, he just doesn't need it.
That'd probably
So
be
I
like
couldn't see him with
the
it.
biggest troll. That'd probably be like
It
the
really
biggest
would.
troll.
The
Like,
only people I see as champion right now are John Cena, and the other guy quit.
Who-
CM Punk.
oh,
So I don't want to see Cena doing it as a personal belief, but I can see where WWE would go to have to try to give it to John
John
Cena.
Cena. What about Brock Lesnar?
I would not want to see Brock Lesnar with the championship because he's a part-timer.
Well, so is The Rock. No one
Yeah,
wanted to
but
see his ass.
I don't want to see him as a champion either. I did not want to see him as a champion.
Well,
Thankfully, when he was champion, I wasn't even watching WWE anymore for that time, so I didn't really have much to care about.
lucky bastard. Okay. Well, Brock broke the streak, so, but
But we haven't seen Brock Lesnar since the Monday Night Raw after Mania.
yeah.
So why would they even waste their time on this guy?
CM Punk just comes back since he hears Daniel
He's like,
Bryan
oh,
is leaving.
Daniel Bryan's injured and they need a champion? Hit my music. That'd be the most douchebag thing anyone can do.
JK, it's bad news, Barrett.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh my god. I can't really think at the moment. I if Cena wins, well, of course Cena's gonna win. Honestly, like they're not gonna have Cena down at a pay-per-view. I feel like Cena should win, and then Daniel Bryan coming back, and then maybe beating him again.
That
Depending on the situation, because like we've been talking about how his momentum has been dropping a lot. So I feel like if he beats Cena clean again, or I don't know, maybe they could have like a heel turn. I don't really see that.
Daniel?
Yeah, for
At
Daniel.
this point, I don't see Daniel being heel.
Yeah, but like I don't know, but I feel like if he beats Cena again, that would gain his momentum again, and they can actually forget about what they gone through.
Yeah, I
and
think
just
if he were to beat Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship easily, no one would even remember that Cena was even champion, and no one would even remember that Daniel had to forfeit the championship.
well,
I think if it was a good enough match.
Yeah, and if Daniel Bryan has, well, I think it'll only be good if Daniel Bryan has a legit title run, like
Yeah.
with storylines, not like the crappy one he had like before. Like,
The
of
one he
course,
still has now.
I swear, like Kane buries everybody. Like
Well,
he used
he is the brother of the dead man, so
well,
genetics.
I knew he used to bury everybody like literally before, but now he's just burying just bury.
The
Like,
thing is, Kane, I can see a lot of Kane fans wanting him to be champion because of the fact that how many times has Kane held a major championship in the WWE?
I don't know.
I can only think of 2 times, but there's probably like 2 more. So I think for a lot of reasons, Kane could get the championship, and then maybe, because I heard he was retiring, maybe he could lose it again to Bryan whenever he's able to recover, and then retire.
But who wants to see that shit again?
That's true.
Who? No, I don't think. I think. I think he's won more than just 4.
Because I know the time he won the World Heavyweight Championship against Rey Mysterio with the Money in the Bank. I know he won the WWE Championship a long time ago, like with his first mask.
He won the ECW Championship.
Does that really count, though? Does the ECW really count as a world championship?
Nah, that would be like saying NXT title is...
Yeah, like...
Yeah. That sucks.
I wouldn't see that as a major title.
Well, maybe before.
Because when you think of someone who's a Triple Crown champion, it's usually major title, tag team champion, and then minor title. I don't think anyone would say, "Oh, I'm a Triple Crown champion," if they're ECW champion. I just couldn't see that happening.
Oh.
But that's just my opinions on that.
I know.
I want to see how many championship Kane's has won now.
Okay, so do you think he will forfeit the title?
No.
Or not?
This is hard because they're not telling us. It's so difficult right now to tell truth versus storyline. Is Daniel Bryan really hurt? Is his injury, like he said, more severe than the doctors believed it to be? Or is that just a storyline? I don't know. Like, if he is legitimately too hurt, I would see him giving up the championship. But I don't know what the hell they would even do after that. I guess they could throw it on Cena, but who wants to see that? I'm pretty sure if Cena wins it, he'll be like 16-time world champion. No one wants to see Randy Orton with it because everyone hated that.
Do.
Triple H won't take it, I don't think. They will not give it to a guy who is not in that top position yet. Like Dolph Ziggler, people can say, "Oh, I want Dolph Ziggler to have it." They won't give it to him for a fact.
That's kind of why we didn't even say him. That's why I think they should have the title split again, because, like, I think you said this before. Like, the World Heavyweight Championship, it was for young talent to see if they are like main event material.
Yeah, like, are you ready for the WWE Championship, basically?
Pretty much.
They can't do that anymore. Like, let's look at it as CM Punk when he won the World Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship. On SmackDown, because when he had it on Raw, obviously it was the main title, but when he won it on SmackDown, they obviously did it so that they could see, can you hold the title again? Because the first time they gave it to him, it was shit. Second time, they probably said, all right, let's see if you could do this again with less pressure.
As a heel.
As a heel.
Yeah.
And for him, I don't think it really worked. I don't know why I just said CM Punk. That's a horrible example. Let's look at, I'm trying to think of someone who's won the World Championship and then the WWE Championship after. Like, not so much the opposite.
I mean, CM Punk was a right example.
But the thing is, his gap between the World Championship and the WWE Championship were just so long apart. But I guess it does make sense because of brand division at that time. So yeah, that's a good example. He went from being the World Champion twice to being the WWE Championship, because the WWE Championship has always been bigger than the World Heavyweight Championship. And without that, of course, like you said, we can't see who's ready for that. Because if you want to see if they're ready for that, you have to give them both championships. Which is like all this pressure on their backs. So, it's pretty hard to tell who can even have the championship right now.
I guess you could say Rey Mysterio, but I don't really count this when he won the WWE Championship.
That was a horrible win because he had it for
3
a
hours.
day. Yeah, less
Oh,
than
wait.
a day. 2
No,
hours.
it's 2 hours. 2
That was
hours.
the one
Yeah,
they had the
that's
2-hour show.
that's wow. Wow. I honestly don't even know.
At this point, though, there's no substitute for Daniel that I can think of. Because I just can't see them putting someone in that position right now. I think they were ready to go with Daniel Bryan as the champion for a long, long, long time. But now that this injury comes up, what are they going to do? I usually have weird, crazy thoughts about stuff like this, like just guesses. But right now, I can't even seem to guess because, yeah, I could guess Dolph Ziggler. But when I think about it a second time, it doesn't make sense. And I could think, oh, maybe one of the Shield, but it doesn't make sense. And Batista's out of the door soon. No one liked Orton as champion. No one wants to see... I shouldn't say no one. Most people didn't like Randy as champion. Most people don't want to see Cena with the championship. Who do you give the championship to in this position? I would hate to be WWE creative team.
I don't even know.
But do you think he'll give up the championship at least? At Payback?
I think he won't, but I think he should. And if they do, I feel like the next night they could like split the titles.
But I don't see WWE doing that because
Yeah.
they just did this recently. When they split the championships before, when they first unified it, it was a decent amount of time. There was a decent amount of people who held the title. And this time, there's only been 2 guys who've held the title so far. So you're going to split up the championships already?
That's true.
Plus, splitting up the championships, I think, would make it even harder because they had to find 2 champions. So...
I mean, one of them could be like the mid-carder, right?
I guess, yeah. A mid-carder who's coming up into the ranks.
And then like the WWE Championship could be like Cena again.
Again, for like the 16th time.
I guess they could do that. I don't know.
This is so hard to just think of. The thing is, alright, if he doesn't give up championship, what are they going to do with Brie? How are they going to do that? There could be a possibility that Brie wants to take a break anyways. But at the same time, we don't know that. So...
If
God,
Daniel
this is
Bryan...
so hard to think of.
I feel like if Daniel Bryan surrenders the championship, Brie could be like... I mean, if she wanted a break, she would be like, if he's leaving, I'm leaving too. I don't know. I mean, he's not leaving, but he's gonna have to take a break too, right?
Yeah.
So I honestly don't know. This is a really hard decision.
God. I cannot predict for once what's going to happen in this segment at Payback. Because this is so back and forth. I want to say he's not going to give it up. But then I look at, or is he really hurt? Because if he is, he needs to give this up. So, and then you have to look at that storyline. Alright, if he doesn't give it up, what about Brie? if he does give it up, who's gonna have the championship? It's just there's so many factors in this decision that kind of affect having to predict this. Like, it's really hard.
I don't even know at this point.
Ooh,
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
we will have to wait to see June 1st, 2014 for WWE Payback. So, final thought: is he gonna give it up or not? Just real quick answer.
No.
Real quick. No.
No.
I don't think so either. But I was about to go onto this long sentence, but I'll just leave it at that. Tell us what you think, if Daniel Bryan will give up the championship or not. What will happen if he does or does not give up the championship. Give us your Payback predictions. I guess we're just going to have to wait till Payback to see. And I know both of us will probably be shocked or surprised whether he gives it up or not. Just because it's just such a weird situation. But thanks for watching. You can leave a like, a comment, a share to a friend. Subscribe to us. If you don't like making a YouTube channel or don't have a YouTube channel, don't wish to make one because you hate Google, I feel you. But I still have a YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitter to know when we're uploading or when we have uploaded. You can follow Alvin, twitter.com/AlvinAlpha. Follow me, twitter.com/XXOMGXX. Follow me on Instagram because I will keep my Instagram followers updated on uploads. At The Wrestling Mark. Is there anything you want to add, Alvin? Talk about last minute?
No.
Alright, well then, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.